Hey guys, I have the project for you that you're going to be working on while I'm out. It's a project that has to do with one of your elements of art, which is value. And if you look and see what value is degrees of lightness or darkness. The difference between values is called value contrast. So it's really, really important in all areas of art to understand value contrast and lights and darks, and that just really helps to make anything that you're drawing or creating look a little bit more realistic. So the project you're going to be doing is kind of like a workout for your hand, a little hand push-up, if you will, so you can kind of really get and understand and see how to create value contrast. So there's that. So to start, the items that you'll need to complete this project, you'll need a ruler, you'll need a compass. Obviously, you're going to be sharing, so just take care of that part as efficiently as you can. Pencil, and the color part of our project will only require one color. And do not do no yellow. It won't work. Orange will be fine. Black is cool, even though it's not really a color, it's a neutral. Obviously, white doesn't cut it for colored pencils. But yellow's really gonna hurt you. Okay, so don't do that. So there's that. Now I've taken up one paper. Let me get one more. So to get started with this project, it's pretty easy. It's just non-objective, which means no object. And you're gonna start out by just putting down on your paper, a healthy amount of circles, probably some 10 of various sizes. And you can go, whoopsie-daisies, you can go off the page. That's fine too. All right. So I'm going to get there. So if you go off the page, just kind of let the pencil sort of ride out. When you also make these, I want you to overlap your circles. Making mini shapes, lots of different shapes within this is going to be really important too. So again, small stuff, big stuff, try to create the whole gamut. As much variety of size as possible. If you have one size, it's going to look really monotonous, and it's not going to be as visually interesting to deal with. So again, I have some big stuff kind of hovering over here on the right side. Yeah, that'll be cool. And I got this thing going on over here. All right, so you can do all sorts of stuff like that. Once you have filled up your page with a healthy amount of circles, how many is that? I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, let's see. I'll go 8. 9, and let's do a little guy, 10. Okay, and now they're all sort of overlapping and stuff like that. Once you do that, and you have some negative space, because some negative space is going to be healthy for this. So 10 circles of various sizes. You want to take up, about 80–90% of your paper with circles. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start to break up the space. But when you break up the space, you want to be really careful not to make shapes that are really, really tiny. So anything that's smaller than a penny won't work out. Oh, I used the wrong pencil. That's okay. So you're just going to start to break up your space, and you just want to have objects or shapes that end at a line or end at an edge. So you see here, I started at this top edge, and I ended here. If you keep on striking through the entire artwork, it's going to look quite messy. So sometimes you need to do partial lines. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and do a full line going all the way through. And you just want to break up the space enough to where you get objects that are, like right here, this is an individual shape. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and it's kind of interesting. this kind of has a long action going on. You don't want to have areas that are too long or too big. So I would break up this space just like that. Break that up into more manageable areas. So you're going to do that throughout the entire drawing. And then once you've done that, you're going to end up with areas that can be filled. So you can see that I've already started mine. And it's not that hard, it's not that difficult, as long as you follow the rule of thumb of going super dark and nice and full, nice and rich, to super light, and try to make your markings or your value as smooth as possible. So don't do any scribbly lines. In addition to that, the rule that is the most helpful is to make sure that every outer edge of every circle is dark, which means some of your individual shapes are going to have a couple dark sides that fade to light. So right here you can see that this outside edge for this circle has a dark, and then because I was up against another circle, wherever you have a light, it's going to hit up being right next to a dark. So dark, dark, dark. Obviously we need to have outside edges always be dark. You can always have a connecting line, and then you're going to end up getting at least one light edge. Okay. Let me see if you can see that better. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of show you what I was talking about. I'm going to continue on this big circle right here. So I'm going to continue on this outside edge, and I'm just sticking within my one little space. And then where I have dark here, I don't want to have dark right next to it. So, and I know this outside edge has to be dark. So I'm going to go in there, nice and high pressure, kind of outline it at first. Where they're starting to connect, I'm going to sort of fill in, and I'm kind of just doing circular motions, crossing it up, down, left, right, so I don't have any line direction. Then as I get closer to my dark edge, I'm going to get light. So I'm just going to go in there and almost work backwards, and then make it a nice gradual change for where you have dark, let it get light, dark, gradually getting lighter, and you'll kind of get into a rhythm pretty easily of where to hit it hard and where to hit it light. So that's one shape. Now for this next shape, it's kind of, you might think it's a little bit complicated, but it's not too bad. So we know this outside edge has to be dark because it's the outside edge of this circle. Right here, since it's dark, it has to be light. So you can sort of shade that in for yourself. We know this edge is going to be dark, so you can go ahead and make this light, but let it fade rather quickly. And it can be kind of a medium value. And then it's really up to you how you treat the rest of it. The inside pieces don't matter quite as much because you're really trying to show off your outside edges, and you're really trying to define the circles that you've already made. All right? So you're going to continue and continue until you've filled up your entire space and you're only using one color. Right here I've chosen violet. I know it doesn't look too violet on the screen, but it's violet. You can choose red, orange, green, blue, violet, pink would be fine. Sort of anything that's in that color pencil bin, as long as it's not a yellow. And I'm going to request that you don't do black because black is too close to pencil. Okay, I want these to be kind of rich and robust and interesting looking. And then we'll just keep on going, keep on trucking. So while I am out, you're working on this. This is a project grade. I will be taking it up on Monday. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good time with it. Take it easy. Watch what you're doing. Make sure you're creating nice edges. Watch your craftsmanship. And there you go. All right, so that is the project. Look, let's see how easy that is? Now I can hit it with my dark part for this next big circle. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep going. You get started. And there you go. Have a good time. Thank you.